Hey guys, it's Tinker Taylor here today, bringing you back another Pokemon build series video. Today we have Shellder, who is like a little, like a clamshell, a pearl shell, a clamshell, sort of, and it's like a purpley sort of shell, that is open, and it looks like there's a black pearl on the inside. These very, very simple eyes, and it's poking tongues at us. And it is a water type. And I thought, what's in a clamshell, a pearl? What are pearls? Pearls are generally used for jewelry. So why don't we build a jewelry store? And that's how we get to where we are today. I'm sure when I initially wrote down jewelry store, it was a very different idea to what I actually built, but I still had quite a lot of fun building this. If you guys don't know, I do have a massive spreadsheet where I am slowly but surely filling it out, and I'm slowly but surely putting in all of the build information, all of the Pokemon, and then the builds that I want to do. So like, am I doing, like for this one, I'm doing a jewelry store, and for the last one, what did I do? A sewer, I guess you can call it a sewer. Just random little ideas like that, and I really do. I love that little spreadsheet. I say little, it's huge. And I'm about to add to it, because today I'm doing a co-working stream. If you are watching this within maybe the first 3 hours of this video coming out, you'll probably be able to join in that co-working stream if you so wish to. But I do other co-working. This is not the first and only time I'm doing it, so don't worry if you're hearing this later. I'm probably going to be doing other co-working streams. And I'm kind of excited for that. I love doing co-working streams. Just, they're so enjoyable and so relaxing. But yeah, long story short, during that co-working stream today, I will be adding all of the builds and packs that I've used for the Pokemon, and I'm just gonna do it like for an hour each time I do these sessions, because it's gonna take me forever, because I've got to go into the game, and then I've got to have the spreadsheet open, and then I've got to go into the gallery, and I've got to do all the, like, look at all the builds and record them all day. It's gonna be a lot. I also do record the packs and kits I use in these videos, and I could just copy and paste that, but there's been a few that I think I got wrong, so I'm going to also go back and double check those. So it's going to be a very long process. I highly doubt I'm going to get through all 90 so far. I've also done tomorrow's build as well, so 91 technically, and after this I'm also going to do, in between this recording this video and streaming, I'm going to start on the next build, which I'm excited about. I already have some inspo photos, and yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of just keen and excited for it, and I hope you guys are too, because I really did enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I know I am. I've already got the lot picked out. Like I said, got my inspo photos. Sometimes I don't do inspo photos, like this lot. Absolutely did not. I just kind of winged it. A lot of time on stream I do kind of wing it. I might look up a couple of things here and there, and get very loose ideas from it and whatnot, and other times I will look up and I don't want to say kind of stay true to it, but you can tell I'm definitely inspired by that particular photo. I definitely try not to use like Sims builds as my inspiration, because I find myself subconsciously copying them, and I absolutely do not want to do that. So I find IRL builds and kind of take loose inspiration from them, because even if you do try and recreate it to the best of your ability, it's The Sims. Like, you're gonna have some limitations no matter how hard you try. And, that's okay. Sometimes it's just not meant to be. Sometimes you need to branch out and kind of figure it out on your own and do something weird and wacky and fun and different. Like, I'm pretty sure the Geodude build I did was pretty accurate to the inspo photo I found. But the photo was only from one angle, so you could only really see one, maybe 2 rooms of the build. It's still one of my favorite builds. I really, really like it. So yeah, I don't know, it's just something very interesting, and I've definitely made sure I do not want to copy people. Like, that is one thing for sure I do not want to copy. I have downloaded other people's builds and pulled them apart and seen like how they did this, that, and the other, and it's given me inspiration of taking like, okay, this one tiny little aspect and applying it in this room over here or this build over here, and like, you know, okay, this person shrunk down this thing using tool mod and put it over here, and like that's a really smart idea. I you know, they used it in the kitchen, but maybe I could use it in the bathroom or something like that. You know, just taking inspiration from other people, not necessarily copying what the people do, but just not, I don't know, it's taking things and making them your own. And I feel like no matter what build you do, like you can do that with anything. Like you can look at any build and take inspiration from it, and I love that. I love that no matter what you look at, it can give you ideas. You know, you could look at a really gross, grimy, rundown, you know, old looking build and go, I can see this as like a really bougie fancy version. You know, I can see this being this. Or maybe, you know, you see in your mind, you're like, oh, well, you know, you know, maybe there's a dude who goes to this bar and he's really, you know, he's that sort of, his scene is like the dirty, grungy biker bar, that sort of vibe, but, you know, he has a child who is really, really into like the bougie fancy bars, and like maybe that's how you make that connection of like, okay, I don't want to do that sort of bar, but I could do like a really bougie version for this guy's kid. And I love that. I love that, like, no matter what, you can find inspiration from anything, you know? Like, for example, there are 2 empty apartments upstairs. They have bathrooms and kitchens, but nothing else. Like, the walls are there, yes, the doors, the windows, the wallpaper. I might have even put in curtains for you, maybe. That's a big fat maybe. But, you know, like, you might look at this build and go, wow, like, I can imagine my sim couple, Frank and Georgina, living here, you know, and you know, oh no, like, they're pregnant now, and how are they gonna survive? And maybe you end up building them a house because they live in an apartment like this, and then they move to that house, and like, you know, it's just like you could literally take anything and turn it into something, and like I said, your inspiration can come from anywhere, and I love that. I've also personally gotten inspiration from places I've been and things that I've seen. When I am traveling, I will sometimes pull up maps and I'll drop pins in the map so that when I get home I can just go to Google Maps and drop my little dude there to have a look around and like look at the house from the street and whatnot. And again, like, you can get so much inspiration from that. I look at apps where, it's not just apps, but like websites where you can buy and sell or rent houses, and I'll look at those as well. I'll look at the commercial versions, and like I said, I do a lot of searching. I'll look up, you know, do I wanna build, you know, maybe let's say a castle I want to build, and I want it to be a specific kind of style of castle. I'll look that up, and yeah, just take a lot of inspiration from all around. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. But also sometimes builds just kind of appear in my brain, and I kind of just build it from there, I guess. Like, there's not much brain power or thought behind it. It's just put item down and find a next item to put down. And this build's kind of like that. That's why I didn't really go into the apartments, because I was like, well, this is more about the jewelry store, and am I gonna want to have to furnish 2 whole apartments? And, you know, I can already imagine the grumpy old dude who, I mean, maybe he's not grumpy, just like the old dude who works here. And maybe he's just hired on someone to teach them how to take over the business one day, because, you know, he's getting on in years, and he kind of just mumbles and grumbles and doesn't really talk. So yeah, like, I already had that guy in my head. I didn't really want to have to think of 2 whole households to fill those apartments in. And yeah, I could have made the old man live in one of these apartments and maybe the apprentice live in the other one, but it just didn't feel like that's the sort of, like, yeah, I don't think he'd live here. He would live somewhere else mysterious. He'd live somewhere deep in the woods. But you know, there's again another build idea, a house deep in the woods for a jeweler. It's just, ideas can quite honestly come from anywhere. But I do appreciate having a list of things already picked out for me, because honestly, I don't want to have to come up with ideas every day. It's good that, yeah, I think I have the entire year planned out for myself. But there's been a couple of, I think maybe, definitely one build, maybe two, where I've just looked at the idea and went, no, and built something else. But yeah, most days it's like, ooh, that's an interesting, fun idea. Like, how did I think of that? And it's really fun to try and build it. Other times it's, why did I think of that? How am I gonna build that? And then, yeah, struggle a little bit with that. Which is why, yeah, one of them I did change. I think I was meant to build a temple, and I had just built I guess, quote-unquote temple, except it was a debug item. I didn't build the temple, I just built around it, I guess. And, yeah, I didn't really want to build another one right after that, so I did change. I don't no idea what I built. Honestly, not a single clue what I built. But again, I just had fun with it. It's one of those things where you just you go out and you have fun and you do weird and wacky things and you make it work, and I did, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how this series is going. And I can't believe we're at 90 already. Like, are you serious? In 10 days time, we're going to be at 100. That's insane. Like, I don't even know if my roommates will be back from their honeymoon in that time. They left this morning. Maybe they will. I think they come back the day before. But still, that's not the point. The point is, like, are you kidding? Like, 90, we're up to 90 and we're nearly at 100? That's kind of really cool. So, yeah, I don't know. Definitely let me know your thoughts and feelings down on that below, because I can't believe I've committed this much of it so far. It's kind of insane, and, you know, 100 is a lot, but I have 925 after that to keep going. And that's not to say if they release more, if Nintendo release more Pokemon games, Pokemon, whether or not I will do them or not, I haven't decided, because, you know, I've been thinking about doing a little bit of gameplay, and how am I supposed to do gameplay if I'm stuck with this challenge, you know? I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. We'll see how things go and how things evolve and plan and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a little crazy. But anyway, yeah. Look, I had a lot of fun with this build, and we are pretty much close to the end here. I do just end up with some landscaping, which, I don't know, I'm getting to a point where it's not my favourite landscaping. It's still not fantastic, it's still not great, but I don't immediately hate it, which is a massive improvement from when I first started the series. I don't know, I feel like if you go back to, maybe not the first build, I'm very proud of the landscaping, but, you know, after that, like, the first maybe 50, I was just like, what is this landscaping? Like, who am I? What am I doing? And now I'm like, you know what? There's potential there, you know, you put a rock and look at that plant, it kind of fits in that rock, and it doesn't look terrible. Look at you go, like, give yourself a pat on the back, you're doing alright. And I think doing alright is a lot better than doing terrible. It's progress, and I like to celebrate progress, so, yeah. Let me know down below, how are you with landscaping? Is it something you're confident with, something you're happy with, or something that you absolutely hate? Because I don't know, it's growing on me. It's definitely still not the best, and you can see I'm definitely just, like, throwing down some plants in some places to not have to think, which is definitely my priority, is not thinking. I just want simple, little, easy brain moments, and yeah, this sort of landscaping I feel pretty good about. But yeah, we're pretty much at the end here, so yeah, if you guys want to see more stuff like this, make sure to subscribe. I do come out with a new video every single day, except for the last couple of days of February. I only do 26 builds in February for the A to Z challenge, but yeah, until then, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys!